Shout out to the Cows gang. I'm your host, Mr. Palmer, and welcome to the show, Victim or Volunteer. What I want y'all to do, grab the nearest couch, sit back, and enjoy the ride.
Man, Cows gang, we got to talk about this right here. This is definitely the, and all I got to tell you that if I got to have family like this, then who needs evil? It's in your blood. You have a man, 60 years old, by the name of Curtis Dixon, who was struggling, lights turned off, trying to make ends meet, up, right? And it was a YouTuber by the name of MDMotivator, but his real name is Zach Dereniowski. And what he did basically was pretend like somebody was blind on the ground when nobody helped him. And Curtis Dixon, being a good Samaritan, despite all his situation, his woes and turmoil and suffering, he decides to help this man up. And because of that, he actually got a huge blessing. So because of this grateful deed, this man received $5,000
wow.
from MDMotivator. And he also paid his light bill off because his lights was turned off and everything. And here's the tripped out part. The people from the pawn shop that Mr. Dixon went to try to pawn shop, they saw what happened. They gave him $2,000. So you thought it was over with. But then the next day, MDMotivator gave him a brand new car. You can't make this up. Congratulations, right? Then I guess MDMotivator made a GoFundMe, or somebody made a GoFundMe, because the community or people from all over who saw the generosity and saw what he did raised $100,000. You cannot make this up. That's what I'm talking about. That's the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? You just never know what a person's going through, and despite all his mishaps, he's still looking out for somebody that he feels doing worse than him. Now here's the unfortunate part. The unfortunate part is everybody knows about the situation because it's on social media. It's on YouTube. So now you got people lurking, sideline haters, opportunists, and so on, right? Now, of course, he's still living in Detroit. He's still in the neighborhood. He didn't move. You know, he didn't think he had to. But then what ended up happening was 5 low-life mother decide to rob, beat, set a vehicle on fire. And not only to him, but his wife. But here's the tripped out part. Some of it was his own family members.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way, yeah.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. I want y'all to understand, some of these motherfuckers were his family members. This wasn't just some motherfucker off the block. Somebody was on YouTube and saw this shit. Family members. And they caught all 5 of these motherfuckers. So the suspect that are charged is Roland Terrell Chatmon, Dnequia Stroman, Ieasha and Stroman. Check this out. Dnequia and Ieasha are married. Ieasha, Doreen, Lopez, Martinez, and Kenneth Paul Anderson charged. Now, Roland Terrell Chatmon is Dixon's nephew. His mother is the sister of Dixon's wife. You can't make this up. And Dnequia Stroman may be related also. God dang.
Damn!
Dixon found himself in the spotlight all because he was being a good Samaritan and recognized by this influencer, Zach Dereniowski. And he goes by MDMotivator. This happened late in August. Now here's the tricky part about all these years I've seen videos like this, I thought it was fake. But this right here show how real it really is. I want y'all to check out this news clip and I'll get back to you.
A man is found kidnapped and beaten next to his burning car. His wife tied up during a home invasion. Agents say it was all part of a plot to steal thousands of dollars, and now it's who's facing charges that has people turning heads. We first told you about this story and the string of crimes that happened on Labor Day after video went viral of one of the victims receiving a large sum of money.
And right now, 5 people are facing charges of conspiracy to commit kidnapping. They appeared in court this morning. Investigators say they are among the accused, and they are some of the victims' own family members. I should let you know we've chosen to blur the victim's face since this is an ongoing investigation. It's the viral video of a Detroit man's encounter with a popular social media influencer that had people talking about acts of kindness last month. Oh my God. That same video, according to court documents, had agents with the ATF using it as part of their probe into the kidnapping, beating, and an alleged plot to steal a large sum of money from the Detroiter many called a Good Samaritan.
This is all shocking. This is all shocking news for me right now.
After finding the man's SUV torched on Labor Day, the ATF is now naming 5 suspects in the alleged plot to kidnap, abduct, and hold the man and his wife for cash. Roland Terrell Chatmon, the victim's nephew, Leica Lopez Martinez, Ieasha Stroman, Dnequia Stroman, who investigators say may also be a relative, and Kenneth Paul Anderson.
To find out that his own family got something to do with that, that's heartbreaking, man.
Agents say they spent 1 month gathering evidence, which included phone calls between Chatmon, his brother who's in jail, and mom discussing the large sum of money. Agents say on December 1st, Lopez Martinez told the man she was having car trouble and needed a ride. Once they arrived on Detroit's east side, more suspects allegedly appeared with guns. That's when investigators say the attackers tied up the victim, pulled his shirt over his head, robbed him, and threatened to kill his wife. A short time later, 2 other armed suspects allegedly ambushed the couple's home, tied up the man's wife, and stole a safe. Investigators used GPS and video surveillance to place each of the suspects at different scenes. Like here at a gas station, they say ATM footage shows Lopez Martinez driving the victim's SUV while withdrawing money from his bank. They say the Stromans were also seen on ATM cameras using the victim's cards. Court documents also reveal call logs of Chatmon discussing the kidnapping with his brother. Search warrants were issued on Tuesday for each of the suspects' homes.
People doing that to you, man, and you out here just showing love to everybody, man. That's what happened when you got a big heart, man. Everybody take advantage of you.
And according to court documents, guns, drugs, stolen coins, and other evidence were found during the searches of the suspects' homes. Each of them is due back in court next week.
Y'all heard it yourself, man. You got these 5 convicts.
You go yourself, convict!
That, got caught, of course, up. And there's federal charges being brought upon them. So we gonna get kind of deeper in this. I want y'all to understand that some of these people are family members. And here's the tripped out part. This dude, Chatmon, Roland Terrell Chatmon, this dude, allegedly, this is August the 20th, recorded conversation that he says, I said, that nigga better not make me turn a hustle. I'm assuming that's what it is because they bleeped it out. Chatmon said that Dixon received a brand new car, a crib, and 100 racks. And he did not receive a crib. And then this dude talking out of the jail cell. He's talking to his brother from Wayne County Jail, man. August 22nd. I want y'all to understand, anybody go to jail, when you talk on the phone, you are being recorded. And they can always go back there and use it against you if they investigate it, if they choose to. It's recorded. August 22nd, Chatmon stated that his brother, stated to his brother that he was trying to figure it out because he had to borrow some cheese. Chatmon stated he was struggling and that I need some racks real quick. I'm tired of these. So follow-up call August 24th and the 3-way calling. Now check this out. In the 3-way calling, this is involving Chatmon, his brother, and his mother. And you telling me they listen to all this and the mother ain't say shit? On the recording, Chatmon's brother said, twin, it's time to come out of retirement, baby. Chatmon responded, hey man, I can get a couple of portions of those dollars. Mama on the phone now. Mama ain't said a mother thing. Baby mama tears. And on September the 1st, that's when the police responded to a home invasion at Dixon residence in Southwest Detroit. Dixon's wife reported 2 armed suspects pointed a gun at her and tied her up and stole a safe. You cannot make this shit up. I just want y'all to know the detail. Let you know how these motherfuckers, and family would do you. You know what I'm saying? Dixon told police he was robbed at gunpoint, tied in the back of his SUV that was given to him, driven to multiple locations, including ATMs. Told the police he was also driven to his home to steal a safe. Dixon was found on the ground near his GMC Yukon Denali that was engulfed in flames when the police arrived. The police saved him. He would have been dead if no one came. You know what I'm saying? Witness pulled him out, took him to the hospital. He was bleeding from the back of the head, so he was beaten. They learned that he was lured by that Doreen Lopez Martinez, you know what I'm saying, on Vernor, asking for a ride, claiming her car broke down. And after transporting her to the area on Filer Avenue on the east side, Dixon was ambushed and beaten by additional men and female suspects. You know, hands and feet bound, short shirt placed over his head, and these suspects demanded money or they would kill his wife. And this is an unfortunate situation. Now, the federal investigators, you know, was able to track their location through the cell phone throughout the incident, along with surveillance cameras from the gas station, banks, and ATMs. And you know, when you go to the ATM, you on camera. Dumb mother. And, you know, this was all plotted because on September 1st, Chapman's brother called him again from jail. In that call, Chapman said that they done got the old YN man. In other words, the old young. They done got Dixon's ass, dog. Somebody got that bro. They caught the with his pants down. So they trying to pretend like it's somebody else. He ain't got nothing to do with it. Investigator said on the recording that Chapman gave his brother details about the kidnapping. Dumb mother. His brother then remarked that they kidnapped Dixon for some cheese he ain't even got yet. Chapman responded, and they got him for something light. On September the 6th, Chapman's brother called him again for jail, and Chapman referred to Dnequia Stroman as a family member while also talking about Lopez Martinez. You can't make this up. Chapman's brother then said Dixon better get right, or it could be another episode. In other words, he better come with some money. So they talking about doing it again. Chapman stated he told their mother those YNs and young gonna get on his ass again. On September 25th, ATF agents executed search warrants, finding drugs, guns, among recovered evidence, including items from the stolen safe. Now, I want y'all to understand that family ain't. You have a good family that loves you unconditionally. They're there for you. They support you. But you have them piece of shit ass family members that you try to keep around because that's your blood. You grew up with them. It wasn't like this always. And we got to learn to cut them motherfuckers off. You know? We got to learn to cut motherfuckers off. What do y'all think about this, Cows Gang? This is a sad situation. This is why I always say, stay away from, because if you don't, this can happen to you. Stop making exceptions because it's your family or your sister, your brother, hell, even your mom. Because if you got somebody that's willing to sacrifice your livelihood over some money or some change or some jewelry or whatever, cut the ass off. And it ain't just always your friend, somebody you grew up in the hood with, somebody you grew up in school with. Be your own family. And actually, they could do worse because they know you more. So, Kowski, I got to ask y'all, when it comes to this Detroit native, Curtis Dixon, 60 years old, I got to know, is he a victim or volunteer?
Y'all tell me what y'all think. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. Cows Gang, Cows Gang.